We get lucky.
I think so too.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
Just misses us by 2 kilometers.
I think so.
And when the front is gone, we're good. What does the app say? What's the thunders doing?
What the app says, but we're on the north end. It's the storm front.
Oh, yeah?
And today we came from Menorca and went over there.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna be okay, but it's just the tip of the storm. And once these are going through, I mean this took like maybe 15 minutes from the midst of the island there.
It's moving extremely fast.
So now another 15 minutes we should be out of there.
Once again, we get lucky. Touch wood. We have another lovely morning. The thunderstorm is gone. We got beautiful blue water again. What? The wind has picked up and we're getting some kind of bad gusts down these mountains next to us. So we're gonna go move down. First stop is gonna be Cala Mitjana to see if we can get some more internet so we can upload our next videos. And then we're gonna go down further to Cala Mitjana, which is an awesome cala, very deep bay, very well protected, and hopefully we are in time for nobody else to be there. But since it's mid-October, it's pretty quiet. We're gonna retrieve the stern anchor without swinging into the rocks behind us. You loosen up the line.
Yep. Mandy's bringing in the stern anchor while I drift onto the rocks. Take your time. Oh, I think she got it. Well, before we go, we have to fix 2 things. One is the Genoa furler, which is bent, and sometimes the furling line jumps out of the furler and then it locks.
You can get your sail back in. Yeah, that happened badly last time. I hurt my fingers trying to fix it.
So that's the furling line for the Genoa. That's the roller, and this metal was bent upwards, so the gap in between was big enough for the line to go through, and then it went under here and wrapped itself around it, and then it locked the furling. So that's fixed now, I hope. And then the second thing, in the gooseneck there's a pin that holds the main, and there's a pin lock needle, and that broke, so now that pin
It's not in there.
made its way to the other side. So I'm gonna push that back in with my handy tool, a screwdriver and a wrench. What is that? I don't know. Let's see if that works. No.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some waves out there.
Yeah.
Ready? Up.
We could already see the restless waves outside the bay, and once we got out, the sea wasn't the only restless one out there. The wind was having a playful morning and kept surprising us from a different direction every few minutes. That and the waves made it pretty much impossible to keep the main on one side of the boat. I am not sure why we didn't just take it down until things settled, but it is kind of fun watching us struggle here, so let's see if we manage.
Morning, 9:30 for our bodies roaming, sticking to whatever weighs us down till we are worn and tired.
We just set the main coming out of the bay, so we thought it's quiet in there. But coming out, the wind just kept turning 360 degrees the whole time. So the main's just flapping left to right no matter what I did. But it seems to be sort of steady now. But the thing is, we have like 10 knots coming from behind. So that doesn't do much for sailing. Hopefully when we go around the corner here with the lighthouse, the winds will come from land about 12 knots and we'll have a nice steady beam rig sail. That'd be nice.
Sure. Yeah. Are you scared?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah?
I never know what happens when there's 20 knots of gust and the sails are... What?
So strange.
Now it's 21 knots. We're doing 7.1 knots right now.
So one learning today, if you're surrounded by land and you have a good breeze from the land in the morning, don't think it's a good idea to get the main up before you're out and you know the winds on the sea. And who didn't want to reef? Reefing makes no difference with gusts up to 20. Let us know in the comments if it makes a difference if you have 5 knots and then gusts of 20, if you should reef or not.
Very funky current.
Filled with purpose, fade within my hand.
But we're still doing 8 knots. It's ridiculous. We're doing 8 knots. God.
What?
I don't think we've ever managed that, have we?
No.
Not on the water, at least. The winds are getting pretty chilly already. So, unfortunately, time for a sweater. Because I need something on my head. My ears get so cold. And with 25 knots of cold wind, to hide. And Alex always freezes and just says he doesn't need a sweater, so I'm gonna bring him one anyways. What is it?
Jeez.
You hold it going upwind, 25 knots. Here's your sweater, babe.
Thanks, I'll take it in a second. I want the situation to be over first.
Okay. Can you see them on the AIS?
Or that's not true. It's a different boat.
Yeah. Some very active sailing today. Rules of the road. I have to see who's going first. Wasn't it this rule with whoever has to sail on the left goes first?
Official rule says wind from starboard has right of way.
Yeah. So we do.
And we do.
Yay! Winning!
Why is everybody going north when we go south to hide?
No, we go to nicer places.
Okay.
I checked it. We'll be good.
Alright.
It's a good spot.
Got some warm winds from land.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you feel that they're warmer? Oh, I feel it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think that's just the sun on my feet. Oh, what's happening?
What has happened?
What has
died
happened?
down.
The wind's died down. Doesn't feel windy at all. Pretty relaxed downwind sail, 20-25 knots. like it. Having a good day. Oh, yes, what is this? We don't understand. We've seen so many of them. What is it? Anybody knows what that is? I think we've seen about 10 now, yesterday and today. We have no idea what it is. We figured it might be something for birds, but maybe not. They float everywhere. It's like plastic with a piece of branch on it. What is it?
She will love you any different, and that's the truth.
We only had cake for breakfast. It's not the smartest, I guess. I'm really hungry again, so I'm gonna see if I can make something. But I kind of want to eat pasta. But pasta's hard to eat when we're sailing like this. I might try anyways. Because I still have some sauce left from last night. Are we slowing down?
Yeah, there's no wind.
Yes.
Stop.
That's what it feels like. What are we doing?
4 ups and downs.
I guess so. I think we have the worst tripod in the history of tripods. It falls over all the time and the feet just go everywhere. Half of it broke off. But it's all we have, so. Big bag of pasta. So let's boil some of that water. So hungry. Still need a pan. Alex's new way of doing dishes is putting dirty pans back in the closet. Do I hear an autopilot? Oh, it's just you. Oh. We don't have any battery for that. It's the fun of sailing, right? Mm-hmm. New method of steering. Are you hungry too? No? Wind is back. Hold on tight. There's been a couple of situations where I lost food due to heeling over boats. So now I have a trick that works pretty good. It's this tiny thing. When I put it on there, it won't go anywhere. Lunch is served. Wind's going crazy again. Some gusts again.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to this. We have some loose hanging rigging.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, or Alex was wondering if we could fix it. And we have a book called Sail and Rig Tuning. So we thought maybe we can find some information about whether we have to tighten up our baby stay. Because yesterday when we were sailing and there's quite a lot of force on the mast, the baby stay is just loose. And this is actually, as far as we think, supposed to hold the mast back when there's a lot of force on it. So a loose baby stay is kind of pointless. Between the spreaders there's a piece of rigging too. And when there's a lot of force from one side, this also just sways around. So, rig tuning says that it is important to have a correctly tuned rig. Boats which have badly tuned rigs are slower, point lower, heel more, make more leeway, and may in addition be more difficult to steer. I did not know rigging did that much. I thought it just made sure your mast didn't break off. Learn something every day, right?
This time it's not too short, I swear.
Hope not. We got like 5 lines tied up together.
1 mile to Cala Mitjana. On the AIS, I see no boats, maybe we're lucky. Also, I see in the Cala north of it, there's no swell at all already. You have 1 anchor in the front, that's your main anchor. And then you have 1 anchor in the back, that's your stern anchor. In case you get some swell, you just put your stern anchor out, and then you don't have to swell anymore, you know?
Cala Mitjana is the bay that made me want to go to Mallorca. It is the reason we are here, so I hope it is as good as I think it is. But the good thing about the bay is actually that there are some big rings in the rocks, so you can tie up your landlines really easy. It's the bluest water, it is the nicest cliffs, and there is a nice tiny beach and no big buildings. And then we go swim. It is not cold at all. And I'm totally not wearing a onesie right now.
Set the scene on a broken man, and kerosene and a little lamp, and just enough light to make out a figure. She got the thunder under her command, she got the lightning in the palm of her hand, and then now for the sun we can make it through the winter. Got the ice in my veins, I would melt, but I don't know how. I keep the fear in the back of my head, I keep a photograph under my bed, but she knows where I am, and they watch me almost every day. And I can take all the memories, and I can blow them to smithereens, but the ashes would fall and they'd recollect a figure. And I can feel her breathing out.
So we pulled the anchor back in. It was not set, even though we wrapped up. Somehow it didn't really work. So we took the lines off again, went back up and anchored again. And we think it's holding, but Alex is gonna check just to make sure. It dragged, right?
Well, it's fine for now. Maybe with the fins I can carry it to the steady spot.
2. Alternative methods. We're bringing the stern anchor out to the front. Whew, that was quite the hassle. Our main anchor is actually still not grabbing, so we're thinking what to do. We have at least our stern anchor out the front too. There's not really going to be a lot of winds tonight. We're just observing it for a bit, and because Alex is a bit cold from all the swimming, I am making a hot chocolate again.
Not the usual Cala. Across from the place there is a garage and a giant mansion.
After a season of sailing, we finally made it to this fabulous place and we reached 10,000 subscribers. I really don't know where we will go from here and what will happen next, but I do know it would not have been possible without you guys and girls. So thanks for sticking with us all that time. You are amazeballs.
And if you want to continue this adventure with us and you haven't subscribed yet, don't wait too long though, we might just run out of subscriptions. Hurry!